she thinks she has any credibility with anyone. Didn't she date Lance Armstrong?
Yes. Oh. And get this. She was a backup dancer for Michael Jackson.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, well.
See, I can use Wikipedia, too.
No.
Once you can figure out how to spell Cheryl.
Yes, it takes forever. Yeah, she said her parents said, you know, you're defined by who you hang out with. Well, crow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I didn't know about this scandal. The fact that that didn't even happen lately. You're saying that happened in the fall? She's lying. This is the real scandal.
Yeah, this is bigger than Watergate.
No. If it makes her happy, it can't be that bad. Hey,
Kat, can you pull us out of this terrible hole that Tom has dug?
I'll do my best. Yeah, the fact that she didn't think anybody would notice the fall leaves is hilarious. And the fact that she would think any of this had to do with protesting anything, it doesn't. It's just like she got tired of getting out at every stoplight and going, just so everyone knows, I bought this as an environmentalist and not as a Republican, and then got back in the car. Like it's all self-serving. But it comes down to it, nobody really cares or pays attention to what car you're driving.
That is true. But you know what? A lot of people don't listen to
Sheryl Crow.
Sheryl Crow, thank you. But she's actually not a bad musician. Do we have a tape of one of her concerts? If it makes you happy, it can't be that bad. If it makes you happy, why the hell are you so sad? You know, I want to thank Carrot Top for doing that for us. Up next, can libs save face by dating another race?
Is this even real?
Tonight on Is This Even Real, we examine a letter written to the New York Times. A guy writes, quote, asking for advice about dating women of color to advance his anti-racism. I'll read some, and then we'll discuss it. Quote, I'm a straight white dude and recent college grad who has very progressive beliefs and is looking for a committed partner. I want to prioritize dating women of color. I'm after a cross-cultural relationship. Part of me thinks that I will always be somewhat disappointed if what ends up becoming one of the most important relationships in my life is with another white person. If someone is a woman of color, that checks a box for me in a real way. I'm seeking to be anti-racist in all my relationships. So here's my question. Despite my well-meaning anti-racist principles, is this preference, as friends have suggested, wrong, insensitive, or somehow itself racist? Kat?
Oh, my God.
So my question is...
It is rough out there, isn't it?
Yes. Is that real?
You know what?
What?
Unfortunately, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Because I watch a lot of reality TV, you know, and like it seems rough. Yeah. And this man, he's basically saying, I'm not racist, but I do want to use a person of color to make me feel better about myself.
Right.
But he's not a total idiot. He did one smart thing, which is he signed the letter name withheld. Because if anybody, regardless of race, knew that was you, you would never have sex again.
Yes. You know, Molly, I'm going to read you part of the response from the New York Times. What?
The fact that the response was, like, nice?
Yes. It was nice, but it also sounded like he wrote it.
Yeah.
Your devotion to self-improvement is impressive. Although you are not objectifying your hypothetical partner, you are instrumentalizing her. That's not to say you aren't entitled to pursue this campaign of strenuous self-optimizing. Just be transparent about your box-checking ambitions. I suspect that most would rather be your honey bun than your grain bowl. Molly, do you notice how similar the writing is? That this probably was written by the person who writes the column.
I'd like to believe it was made up. I mean, it's less bad if it's made up. I do worry that, in fact, it's a mess in the dating realm. Nobody knows what they're doing. Their education is so bad that they don't understand just how simple it can be. You just find a girl you like. You ask her out. Then you know, and everything works out great. Well, usually.
Gotta check to see if the girl has a penis.
Certain things. But no woman wants to be chosen on the basis of her race. They want to be special. They want, like, the idea that this would be attractive to a woman is just...
This is why I don't think this is real, Tom.
Well, I don't know if it matters if it's real, because it's more about the guy answering the question, and he chooses which ones to pick anyway. So, you know, assuming this thing came in, even if it was some guy trolling him, the guy wanted to answer this specific question because he thinks there's a need out there. I'm going to assume it's real, and I'm going to say to this guy, just get yourself a woman. He seems to think that he needs to find, like, oh, somebody exotic or whatever. Your garden variety woman is definitely enough. They're very different. What
They
I'm
are.
saying.
They are
Well,
very
you've got
different.
to agree with me. Men and women are so different that, like, just like skin color, like, you know, light-skinned woman, dark-skinned woman. It's a woman. They are very different.
Yes.
Their brains are different. They really are. I'm talking science, right?
You are.
Women, they have a brain that's like that. Both sides are verbal. This is true. Like, you know,
Yeah.
they cut the brain in half. I
Yes.
don't cut brains in half, but you know, women have the hippocampus, right?
Yeah.
Don't women have that hippocampus?
Yes, they do.
And it's full of stuff. They're really good at
Your brain
emotional-
seems very scientific right now.
Yeah. Women, like, you divide the brain in two, right? Women are verbal on both sides of the brain. Men are only verbal on one side.
This is why I
true.
think being gay is a cop-out for dudes.
Totally! Took the easy way out.
Yeah.
I do think you might be right. It might be the same person who wrote it and responded, because they both sound like they ate a thesaurus and then had violent diarrhea.
Yes.
And it is so brilliant. This guy's gonna get laid 6 ways to Sunday.
How so?
It's gonna work. Listen, a guy wrote a letter to me and I had to respond to him that being with a black girl isn't racist. And just opening up that Pandora's box, the sparks are gonna be flying. Now, is it racist if I let her pay for everything and she pleases me and then I leave? That might make me racist. Is it racist if I want an Asian girl to join us? I think it's incredibly healthy. Maybe 3 Asian girls and 1 black girl and an American Native American. I don't know. I just don't want to be racist. Me and all these hot chicks that treat me like Caesar.
Yes.